Assalamu alaikum. How are you all today? Well, let me tell you that I am here at E-Glass Fusion Studio in the engineering building of University of Utah. Today I am intending to take you along with me through a journey of my arrival to USA for the sake of launching my book titled Converting Ideas to Innovation with Lean Canvas for Invention. So what I'm intending to do is to talk about my arrival and then interacting myself with different people during workshops, seminars, interviews, and talk shows in which I had an opportunity to talk about my book for the sake of its launch. So I arrived USA 20th October 2023, the afternoon time, and the same evening there was a seminar arranged by Entrepreneurship Club at Los Gatos. In fact, there's a Muslim community, and what they are doing, they are collecting students, entrepreneurs, the faculty members, every Friday through the Entrepreneurship Series 101 seminar, in which it's more of like a networking activity when students have a chance to interact with the faculty members. So along with me, there was a very learned speakers from University of Berkeley. Also, there was a speaker, CEO of Vectra. So they were in fact talking about their theories, their concepts, and their own practices, which help them lead different entrepreneurship activities and coming up with different companies. So I had a chance also to talk about my book there, and the book which was telling them a process from how an inventor can be facilitated to become an innovator. So though I did not talk about everything in detail, but I had a good chance to discuss the features which were related to my book, and I really appreciated the question answer session that held there. Well, then on the next day, I had a chance to visit the Stanford University. At the Stanford University bookstore, there's a section dedicated to the Stanford authors. And there I had a chance to display my standee and opportunity to talk with different people who are roaming around about my book. So I was telling them exactly how this LCI works and how an entire process which is depicted into that book can be implemented for any STEM graduates if they are really looking forward to come up with an invention having much more potential to get commercialized and converting into the entrepreneurial company. Then on the next day, after Sunday, was online IEEE workshop was scheduled that we all NSF related colleagues had to deliver to the students of electrical engineering. And there what we talking about were all about the content related to the Lean Canvas for Invention and letting them think that how this Lean Canvas for Invention can really help them convert their research ideas into the potential company, from where they can really think of a prototype. Gradually, they may then consider converting their prototype into a product at a larger scale to be available in the market. The next day now was dedicated to roam around the campus in the University of Utah. In fact, it was like coming back again after my postdoc in 2018. So I had a chance to visit the TVC, where I used to sit during my postdoctorate. It is now termed as Pivot. And what they're still doing is they're still facilitating the entrepreneurial ecosystem in university, where they are helping the academic inventors in terms of working on their patents, in terms of looking and facilitating for their startups, and also in terms of looking investors for them to sponsor their companies. Not only this, but even if they can come up as a co-founders, help them look for other founders and other co-founders and connecting them to the network which will facilitate their inventions to be converted into the innovation. On 25th October, then we have certain online interview sessions planned with the NSF team. What they were intending to do is to interact with us and learn more about the potential of moving the project that we have already done, Dr. Cynthia first, Donna, Karen, myself, AJ. So the project that we are doing related to the Lean Canvas for Invention, how this project can further be taken onward and what else we are expecting from this project. So it was a very interactive kind of interview session with them. And I really enjoyed that time because what we all together discussing is we are saying that we are still seeing there's a lot more potential into the Lean Canvas for Invention. And what we are intending to do is to convert this into a global curricula very soon in the future, where we're intending that whatever being done at the platform of National Science Foundation at the moment would be able to be taught to all the universities, to all the STEM graduates entire the globe in future. Then I had a chance to visit to Atlanta, Georgia, and where I visited the Coke factory. And learn about that how still today they are managing to keep the formula, the Coke formula secret. So there are very good places to visit and shows and roam around. Well, after that visit to Coke factory, it was again coming back to University of Utah, and where we had a discussion planned amongst all our project people, and where we wanted to do is to think that how in future the upcoming spring semester and upcoming fall semester, how we are going to bring a bit more changes into that curricula. And then further, what we discuss is how we can go beyond this course, which we termed as ECE, and how we can further make it open to the entire university. Not to one university, but how we can further make this course open to the other universities, US and Pakistan. But in addition to the discussion and changes in curricula, there was also a possibility turn up that talks about the professional MS program in science and technology. So because the people there in this program, they are really looking forward towards the content of LCI and making it a part of the entire curricula. So this is the good opportunity to further making the LCI public and being accepted in different programs with different scopes. Well, it was then followed up with my visit to Marriott Library at University of Utah, and also learning about the possibility of requesting multiple books, which I learned that the request for this book has already been done, and we are expecting this book to be a part of Marriott Library in near future. Well, this activity was then followed up by meeting with multiple students during graduate seminar. There were also some handouts, and I shared those handouts and asked students to do get register in the upcoming spring seminar, because we again want all these engineers to learn these practices through this Lean Canvas of Invention and understand how their prototypes can really take a shape of a company. Then finally, I have my meeting at Lausanne. This is in fact an incubation center, but it's more than an incubation center because it allows students to live there. So it's more of like living, creating, and then commercializing their ideas. So during summer, students come over and stay there in the summer school. Now, my purpose of meeting with the teams, the business development teams at Lausanne, is to talk about my company, InventC. Now, this inventory is in fact based on the same curricula, which is the Lean Canvas for Invention. And from this Lean Canvas for Invention, what I'm intending to do is to bring this whole curricula through a website for the STEM graduates all around the globe, and help them understand this entire process through which their inventions, their research, their scientific discoveries, their technological prototypes can take a shape of a company. It's a huge objective because all struggle that I have observed in the development process of Lean Canvas for Invention are the knowledge asymmetries that are existing between the scientific community and the management community. And when in the universities we are establishing the entrepreneurial centers, we are establishing the incubation centers, or when we are establishing the ORIC offices, the people sitting there are struggling to understand and help the academic inventors to come up with their companies. So this whole process of Lean Canvas for Invention, I'm intending to build the entrepreneurial ecosystem, to build the entrepreneurial mindset, and to build the entrepreneurship culture, not only in these advanced countries, which they've already been going through, but in the developing countries like Pakistan. So all together, collectively, we learn, understand, and get benefit of this entrepreneurship tradition, of this entrepreneurship culture, so that the economic contribution of the developing countries will become more obvious in future. So this is all about my contributions towards the field of Lean Canvas of Invention and entrepreneurial ecosystem as a whole. I'm looking forward that this journey will continue and something fruitful will come out of it, not only for one country, but for entire globe. Thank you very much for being with me. Thank you.